Hello, everybody. It's Witch Jodi. I hope you're having a fabulous day today. It is so beautiful outside. Oh my goodness sakes! I was out. I was gardening. I was, doing my peonies today. Some of you guys say peonies. I say peonies. And I did a little clip it. If you want, you can go and check it out on my Facebook page, Instagram, or even on TikTok if you'd like. But I talked a little bit about that. But I am so excited. We are at just the start of the summer season here in Minnesota and, of course, up in the upper Midwest. And we have so much to look forward to this summer. In fact, I'm going to be bringing on a guest. Her name is Magdalena Grace. I met her at Paganicon this year. She is a fabulous educator, teacher. She is a runes reader, a witch. She is just fabulous. She is just everything, feminist, you name it, she does it. So without further delay, let's bring on Magdalena Grace. Hello, Magdalena. How are you tonight?
Amazing. So excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness sakes. I tell you what, I have been looking forward to this. You and I have been doing some Zooming and whatnot and prepping for this. And I am super, super excited. We're going to have fun tonight, you guys. So all you guys watching, we are going to have just a fabulous time. We're going to talk about this more than once. But Magdalena, you are out in California, correct?
Yeah, right now I bounce back and forth between here and Minnesota. So I get the best of both worlds.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? Get the heck out of Dodge when it's super cold here. You can go out there when you don't, or back here when you don't want to be out there. So it's absolutely wonderful that you're able to do that. And Magdalena, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, like what you do and how you actually found our woo-woo world, we'll call it today.
I love that. Yeah. So I was very straight-laced. I grew up in Iowa, Christian, daughter of a farmer, and thought, Jesus Christ was my savior and all these things, right? And I had my first spiritual awakening at age 29, right around my Saturn return. I got hit, steamrolled, blindsided by a massive business failure. I thought I was going to be a millionaire by the time I was 30. However, I was basically homeless and got my car repossessed the day before my 30th birthday. And I said, what the fuck? I don't know if I can swear on here, by the way. Can I do that?
I think that we'll try not to say it.
Okay. Okay. So I said, what the what? And I went down a dark night of the soul path. Now I know it was my ancestors getting me ready to become the witch that I became today. And I went through just a dark journey of feeling lost, became a closet alcoholic, wanted to die. I've had a lot of grief and a lot of death in my life. I've lost 13 friends to suicide, many to alcoholism or addiction. And I basically was headed down that path in 2020 when I ignited my second spiritual awakening. And that's when I decided to really go inside and figure out who the hell am I and why am I here? And I worked with plant medicine. I worked with breath work, Kundalini yoga, shadow work. I'm a huge fan of shadow work. And along the way, to keep a really long story short, within 2 years of that, one of my teachers said, oh my gosh, he knew that I had Viking descent, Germanic origin, and said, you've got to work with the runes. And Woden and Freya are knocking on your door. And I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? And I started playing with the runes. I started working with Woden on Woden's Day and Freya on Friday. And since I didn't have a religion anymore, this became my new spiritual quest of going inside, awakening my third eye, awakening my intuition. And then I found a pagan witches group here in San Diego, and they welcomed me in. And I remember my first class, it was a Zoom. We were talking about herbs and ancestors and tarot and all of the things. And I just started crying as I did my first spell. And I came out of the witchy broom closet in 2023, changed my name, became a runes reader and started doing it at local places and festivals. And now my YouTube channel has weekly runes readings, and it really helped me make big decisions in my life by becoming a runes reader and by becoming a witch and really healing that witch wound and religion wound.
Isn't it amazing when we go through that Saturn return? It is no joke. It is no joke. I mean, when I went through my very first one, when I was 27, 28 years old when I did it the first time, and it was huge for me. Completely transformed. I dropped like a lot of my friends. I think I had one or two friends that I stuck to this day that I'm still friends with. Other than that, everybody completely shifted. My career actually shifted. I elevated myself. I mean, was already, a paramedic, and I flipped over into nursing, and not out in the field, but in the hospitals. I mean, just all this stuff, huge. Went through a divorce. I mean, the whole 9 yards. I mean,
Yeah.
it's huge. And I had been a witch, since I was a kid. I've been practicing for 50 years. But it gave me strength to come out of the closet more. I mean, my close knit friends knew, but now I started telling family. Now I started telling coworkers. I was more secure in my inner self because I did do that shadow work. Shadow work is huge. People have got to learn to do shadow work so that they can heal that internal witch wound or any kind of wound. You got to heal that child within. Absolutely. And the ruins. Oh my gosh. Well, heavens to Betsy Martha. We're going to say that tonight. I'm bringing my grandma in because apparently grandma's hanging out with me today because I was talking about peonies and they were hers. So that was her thing. But I'm going to hold up a couple right now. And just, I got some runes here, and Magdalena's got, a whole bunch of them too. But speaking about that Nordic path, my son is huge into the Nordic path. And you're going to help me out because I'm terrible at some of these things. This centerpiece, if you can see it, the centerpiece with the runes are on the outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the inner piece is, I can't do it very good. Here we go. The inner piece, that beautiful, beautiful sculpting there. It's not the Helma A, but it's the one where it's the compass. And my son has actually got that tattooed on his arm. It was his very first tattoo. The whole forearm. And he's really into this. And here in the Twin Cities, as you know, coming over here for Paganicon and everything, we are very Norse up here. There's a lot of Norse paganism up here. We've got the Minnesota Renaissance Festival has got Norse paganism in it. We have got this big Viking festival type thing that they do. I think it's up in Forest Lake, if I can remember correctly, in the fall. It's kind of like a Renfest type thing, but it's pure Viking encampment type thing. There's a lot to it. And more people are getting into the ruins. In fact, we've got a brand new person here at our store that is a vendor, and he's doing these little beautiful pouches. They're leather. They're all leather. And then it's, you get the leather piece, and then you open it, and it's got like the actual, you can open it up, and you've got the pieces inside, and it can be your mat. It's like a suede mat. And so we've got that. We get the books. People are buying them left and right. People are really getting into the ruins, and they're new to it. So this is fantastic. So you guys, here's the thing. Magdalena is coming here to Midwest Witchery and Healing in Stillwater, Minnesota next month in June. It's going to be Saturday the 13th, and you can actually book her currently on our website. And she'll be here from noon until 6 p.m. And you can do 15-minute, 30-minute, a full hour with her. She can go fully in depth with you. But Magdalena, talk to me about the ruins. Let's start talking a little bit about what you're seeing and what's going on. And what do you think that we're going to have happening, everything going on this summer? I mean, what are your ruins telling us right now?
Well, if you want, I can do a new moon reading, since I don't know if people are going to see this, and just for any newbies out there, I always like to give a little bit. I'm a teacher at heart. So the runes are ancient symbols. So I usually pull 3 plus a bonus just to take a look, and based on my personal relationship with these runes, I'll share what I'm getting through divine guidance and calling in my ancestors. However, it's really more importantly what you see, feel, thought, emotion, limiting belief, memory, anything that comes through as you look at them. So I'll pull 3 with a bonus, and you take a look at them first. I'll do the reading as we go and do a quick summary, because I know our time is limited, but they're meant to awaken your third eye, awaken your intuition, and stir something within you. So let me go ahead, call in Woden and Freya, my wise and healed ancestors. And these are ancient symbols. I don't like to say they're an alphabet because to me, even though, yes, our ancestors did work with these, just like the cavemen, they discovered them in like 46 AD in
That's
ancient
crazy.
Germany timeline. I'm more Germanic than I am Nordic, so I just want to clarify that, but it doesn't matter. To me, it's like tomato, tomato. But at the end of the day, this is how people communicated. If you watch Vikings Valhalla or Viking series on Netflix, it was an opportunity to communicate, but also stir in divination tools. So bringing the divine from within, without, and giving you clarity. I've made decisions on divorce, moving, financial, health. So think of something that's going on in your life right now as we enter into this Taurus new moon weekend. And Taurus is grounding. Taurus is often about money, but it's also how are you taking care of your health? People in Minnesota, especially, and California too, we're moving more with our body. A lot of people will do a cleanse at this time. So just think about what's loudest in your life right now that you want clarity on.
Gotcha.
Just go ahead and take a nice deep breath. Close your eyes if you want to. Inhale. And then exhale. It's always good to be open and receptive to quiet the mind. So this is hysterical. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to show you first. Think of what's going on, what comes up for you, and just look at the rune first.
Gotcha.
So this is actually Uruz. I would say this is the Taurus rune. This is the rune about physical strength and grounding and moving through the plow through the field, which is what the farmers are doing right now, right? To till the soil. And so this is about physical strength. So where in your life are you needing to exert physical strength? Is it in a relationship, having a difficult conversation? That could be one way to look at it, but truly getting out there and tilling the field and planting seeds and using strength to do that, breaking through those obstacles of like the dirt that won't break up. Sorry, I'm thinking on the fly here. The rocks and moving through them with strength. So if you're not feeling strong, this is also telling you gotta strengthen up, do some weight training, get out there and move your body. And then here's number 2. Go ahead. Take a look at that and see if anything comes through.
Okay.
So it's the same thing, very similar. So Wilo is all about health and moving forward with strength. It's also known as the sun rune, soul, like think of soul like the sun. So where in your life are you shining a light and focusing on health, abundance, moving forward in your springtime as you plant the seeds for the new moon? And then last but not least, take a look at this one. This is interesting because I'm doing a mother wound and money webinar on Thursday, and this is about your basic needs. So when I bring these all 3 together, this is now these. So it's literally like 2 matches or 2 pieces of wood lighting the fire.
Okay.
So don't get ahead of yourself if you're especially if you're investing right now. Don't move too quickly is what this is saying, and that actually tracks with different astrologers that I'm talking about. Is what are your core values as you move forward with strength in this new moon season? This is supposed to be one of the most powerful and darkest moons of the year, by the way. So you're going to need the strength to get through it. So whether you're working out or working on your communication skills, moving through those obstacles, having faith over fear, having the sun, enlightenment, working with the health energies of the spring and really focusing on Sowilo, maybe getting outside more. I'm also getting taking advantage of the longer days of sunlight. Don't forget about the basic needs. So like you being a witch talking about peonies and people planting right now, don't shortcut your planting in both mind, body, and spirit. So focus on your core values and how do you put them into your life every day is the basic summary of the reading. And I'm doing this on the fly.
I love this because you guys, I was out working with my peonies today and I went and bought a couple of things. So I got some new rose bushes and stuff. A couple of my plants I lost over the winter, just with the winter, whatever. And my lilac bushes are looking a little bit lackluster. And I was talking to my kids today and I said, we're going to have to cut down a couple of these because you can tell they're all like deadened out. And we're going to be planting new, and it's up this big, it's like this slope. I don't know. It's like not a 90-degree angle, but like halfway between there and 45. It's steep. And I'm like, I'm going to have to go to the gym and work out them legs because my goodness sakes, it's going to be hard to get up there and do that. And so for you to pull that, I thought that was kind of funny because I do have to strengthen, but this is my favorite time of the year. I love fall too, because, I'm all about the fall, but one of the favorite times of the year is like May into June. My favorite flower on top of peonies is lilacs. And so lilacs are starting to bloom, but I wake up. And so like I'm waking up and it's like 10 after 5. And it's because it's the sunlight. So I take advantage. I love going out and having my cup of tea early in the morning. I meditate. I go for a little walk. And I just have that moment of alone time, because to be quite frank with you, being Witch Jodi, I'm like this all the time. I'm on the run. I have to, I'm doing, podcasts. I'm doing that right there. I'm doing the podcast. I'm doing, stuff for my store. I do private readings. I teach classes. I'm always on the go. And you have to take that time to keep yourself healthy. Because if you don't keep yourself healthy, I can't, you know what I mean? It's like, if I don't keep me healthy, I can't take care of the masses. So for anybody out there that's watching this, I'm telling that to you too. Please take care of yourself. I was going to say, we've got, a couple of people on here who said, shadow work is so important. And you're right, it is. Everybody should be doing it. Whether you think you need it or not, you should do it. And we've got people talking about the peonies. We got Miss Gina down here, and she's like, my peonies are about to pop and my lilacs are lackluster and needing serious pruning. Don't prune your lilacs right now. Whatever you do, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And you do not do it until the fall. And here's why. If you prune them now, you're going to cut off, if you do it like right after they bloom, you're going to cut off the buds for next year. So don't do it. Number one. Number two, last year we had a weird fall. If y'all remember, we had a second blooming. So this year's blooms are not going to be that good. If you ended up having your lilacs bloom last September, end of August into the beginning of September or mid-September, because we had it got cold and then it got real warm again. It was like really odd. So we had a second blooming. So the blooms that we should be having this spring actually bloomed last fall here. I know it sounds really weird, but that is honest to God. My hair is driving me nuts. That's honest to God what happened. And then Magdalena, I've got a question from Miss Jen, who was asking, hey, if I can't get out to see Magdalena in June, are you going to be at Paganicon next year? I don't know if you're coming or not, but I think that you and I have talked about you.
I would love to. Yeah, I haven't signed up yet for it, but that would be on my list, my plan for sure. And
I think you should really consider putting throw your name down to do a class on runes. I have not seen anybody doing classes on runes, and I think you would be fabulous.
You're kidding. Oh my gosh. I would love to do that.
Well, and say, let's go, educator. Come on. We're going to do this together. But Jen, also too, we are going to put it up here. I got Miss Kelly in the background, so if she could put this up. You can book Magdalena. She actually has got a YouTube. She's got a website. She's got it also. Kelly in the background will throw that up here on the screen for you. So please do feel free to write that down, because you can reach out to her and get a private reading. Even if she's not here, you can do that on your own accord, because we want to help. My goodness sakes, dear, we want to help the masses. I mean, that's what we're here for, is to help people enlighten and, just, take care of one another in this crazy world. I mean, people are really feeling it right now. It's hard. It's hard for everybody. I mean, I watch my daughter struggling right now because she's got Munchkin in daycare, and, you got, bills and yada, 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 and food expenses are going up. And we aren't going to even talk about gas, because ours isn't anywhere near as bad as what you guys are experiencing out there.
No. Yeah. You don't want to talk about gas with me. I spent more gas money in 2 weeks than I did in 2 months in Minnesota. So you don't want to start. Although I do have some good news. I pulled a bonus card. So keep in mind, this is all about what you make it. So if we focus on the strength of the Taurus, the bull, and moving forward through those obstacles with faith over fear, if we, take advantage of the daylight and in our lives, both the illumination and also the literal light that we have, focusing on our basic needs and not shortcutting, then in the next 2 weeks to 6 months, because this is the timeline of the new moon, right? The Taurus new moon, next 2 weeks to 6 months from now, Feihu, which is all about abundance. Summer is also the season of abundance. So thinking with more expansion, more vitality. Remember, it's all about energy, so it's what you put into it, but then it's paying off for you in the next 2 weeks to 6 months if you work daily on your journey. Then that's encouraging.
So I'm going to give a quick witch tip of the day. Okay, I'm a terrible artist. I just got to let you know that. Okay, so the card that you just held up, I can't remember the name of it.
Feihu, yeah.
Feihu. Okay, now listen to me. If you do that on your left wrist, this is my left hand, okay? If you, I don't know, I got to go up this way. If you can see it, can you see it and how I drew it on? It looks, it's good. You know what I mean? Draw it on your left hand, because what you're doing is you're drawing abundance into your body. If you think about this, not the circadian rhythm, but the metabolic rhythm of the human body, everything comes in through the left, it crosses our heart and extends out the right side of your body, right? So by drawing this affirmation or this rune on your left hand, now here's another thing. People are like, I can't draw pen and permanent ink on my whatever. Take your finger and just draw it with your finger. It does not have to be visible, guys. Take some water and just do it with water, and that's still going to bring that abundance into you. Anybody can do this, and it's going to bring things in. I'm going to tell you what, I utilize that. So if I'm having like a off day, or I'm feeling like things aren't moving, or that there's not enough prosperity, abundance for like my soul or whatever, I draw that on that arm, and boom, boom, boom. All of a sudden I'm getting phone calls from, long lost friends and family. I'm feeling like I'm, just feeling good about myself and that kind of stuff. So it's a really good way to do that. And it can help financially too. I got to be honest with you. It can help financially too, because I've done that before when I needed a little extra kick, for something, and the money comes in. So there's ways that you can do it. And you can always come into, a good way to do this is a henna tattoo. And we actually have a henna tattoo, or well, not a henna, well, yeah, it's a henna tattoo, but a henna artist here in our store. So you can always come in. Our artist is here. Her name is Lynn, and she is here Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. And so you can always do that also. But there's so many ways that you can utilize these beautiful pieces to help you on a daily life. For those of you guys that read tarot, okay, people will pull a card a day, pull a rune a day, right? Mm-hmm. You do that, don't you, Magdalena?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, absolutely. I work with tarot as well. I'll have some bonus tarot cards with me when I'm at your shop. But yeah, I pull them every day because it's all about getting better, and as within, so without, as above, so below, and connecting with the ancestors. I just ask them to communicate with me through the symbols, and then, stick with me throughout the day. And even doing it before you go to bed, if you do it before you go to bed, and then if you can tone them and learn how to sing them, it's a great way to go deeper into your unconscious mind and bring forth the dreams state, work through your dream state.
That's really good. Working in your dreams. People don't understand. A lot of people don't understand that when you're working in your dreams. So how that works, you guys, is your brain slows down. You go down into the different levels. So we're always, in delta, like rocking and rolling. And then you can flip down into alpha, you can flip down into beta and theta. So as you're dropping down and letting go of a lot, that's where your subconscious is connecting. And we're connecting with the divine. We're connecting with the ether. And when we do that, this is where your ancestors are coming in to chit chat with you. This is your spirit guides coming in to chit chat with you and to give you more clarity on whatever it is that you're seeking or looking for. And it can actually help you to better yourself, because at the end of the day, if you don't work with any deities, if you don't follow any religious path, which is totally fine, you could turn around and you could ask your higher self to guide you, and just ask your ancestors and your higher self to guide you down the right path. Simple as that, because your higher self is never going to lead you the wrong way. They might, slap you upside the head a couple times and say, "Hey, dumb dumb, why did you go do that? Now you're going to, trip over a rock and break a toe," but for the most part, they're there to help you. They are there to guide you so that you can be the best person that you can be in this lifetime. That's what it's about. So, Magdalena, what else is your beautiful ruins telling us? Tell me a little bit more.
Yeah, ultimately, it just comes down to, I think so many people are freaking out right now because of, at least, it's not just gas prices, it's what's going on collectively. So pulling into Sowilo, this is really about doing your best to find the positive in being able to know that everything is going to work out in your favor. So one of my favorite mantras that I have shared with my clients is, every day in every way, my life is getting better and better. Every day in every way, my life is getting better and better. So whatever you could do to focus on those positive, I know I'm not a positive toxicity person at all. I'm not a fan of that, because that's why we do the shadow work. But if you can rewire your unconscious mind, or even, like you said, draw and stare at this every day, it's going to help raise your consciousness and expand it. And that's what we need, is to lift our spirits through expanded consciousness. And I think I will say this is, I think Fahey, after the now these, is how can you work on your budget and maybe cut away costs and get rid of the stuff that isn't serving you right now, because we do not know exactly what the future holds. So going back to the fundamentals and basics of finance, are you budgeting? Like I'm getting with myself and my clients, I'm a single mom now. So I focus on the 70-10-10-10 philosophy, or whatever percentage are you living on what you can, and then saving, investing, giving, if that's your thing, and having a more, pull in the purse strings and be more conscious of your spending. I feel like we're all learning that. I think my ancestors have taught me that through this whole journey over the past spiritual awakening. And with the economy, I think we're all asked to, like you and me, like, look at this, we're collaborating and bringing our gifts together for the greater good. That's another way to look at that.
There are so many people out there right now, and I'm going to go on a bandwagon here, just a little one, not anything bad. We're coming into like a new era. And if any of you guys are out on TikTok, there's a lot of different wonderful people out there who talk. And there's a gal named Missy Dawn, and she's a coordinator or an influencer out there. And she said something that really stuck with me. And I'm like, oh yeah. So when we are in times of peril, so to speak, or we're hurting, or we're just feeling so unsure of ourselves as a country, as a world global type thing, right? People start looking for means of, I don't know where to go. I don't know how to, but they're trying to soothe themselves. So people will they start changing their frequency and they start elevating up. You kind of start seeing this, but you have a lot of, people call them baby witches. I call them Mick witches. It's just something that I do instead of baby witches. But people start looking to spirituality and to like what we do, that like the new age movement. Be cautious who you are working with. Be cautious who you are listening to, because you're going to get these people that come out, and I'm not even joshing with you. I don't have any tarot decks sitting right here in front of me. They're going to pull out the tarot deck, bought their very first one. They've never touched it before in their life, and within a week they think they're an expert and they know better than everybody else. Okay. I've seen it happen before. I saw it in 2020 when we had the lockdown. I saw it back in 2016. I saw it back even before that, back in the 90s. There was something going on. And I even think, like, I don't remember if it was 08 or 09, whenever the housing market took a crash, you saw it then too. Everybody was kind of seeking, readers and different stuff. And people would come out in droves that really didn't know what they were doing and gave improper information. Be cautious. Do your research. read who you are going to for a provider. Make sure they know what they're doing. Number one. Number two, get a book. You can, I mean, there's books all over the place. We've got books on tarot. We have books on runs. If you can't afford to buy one, it's okay. Go to your local library, you guys. So many libraries have stuff out there right now. And you can research and do your due diligence. Wikipedia, even. You could do it, get some information. But don't just follow everybody under the blue moon because you think that they've got a whole bunch of followers. Trust your gut. Listen to that intuition. It is so important. As a nurse, I'm coming to you and I trust my gut and I foresee a change happening. We have so many of us right now aligning, like you, Magdalena, Kelly from The Edge, myself. There's a plethora of us out there that we truly are trying to do right by the masses to help people. We are here in this time to help people so that when the buildings are crumbling and people don't know where to go, it's people like us that understand and are already enlightened, and we're following this path to guide them, to help them so they're not so afraid. Because Mother Earth gives us what we need. We all know that. We have food, we've got water. Yeah, I'm a little worried about food shortages and stuff in the future because of the whole fertilizer thing and whatnot. Guys, go get some seeds and grow your own. Grow the lettuce, grow the radishes, grow the green beans. You can, the squash, whatever. Potatoes. I mean, you guys took history, right? The great potato famine. That's what everybody ate in Scotland and Ireland. That's what sustained them in the medieval times. I want you to think about that kind of stuff. What can you do for you that doesn't really cost anything? You've already got a potato. Do you know how easy it is to grow a potato? Take a couple of potatoes when they're starting to poke their little eyes out, shove it in a bucket so that it drains, and let it grow, because it's going to sprout and they will grow. Those little veins will go out, and all of a sudden you have a whole bunch of potatoes. You pull one of those things up and it's like grapes coming out. It's like a whole bunch of potatoes hanging from it. It's easy to do. And I'm not saying go out and become potato farmers. I'm just saying, find what you can afford and what you can sustainably do. If that means, strawberries are real expensive, then go get a couple of strawberry plants and just, even if it's a patio container, at least you're getting a little something. But, do what you can. Same thing with your water. Maybe buy, if you've got a water bottle, right? And you're worried about your tap water, you could still do the tap water. Get out like the filter kind where you can change out that filter and you're reusing this. You can do stuff like that. There's so many different things that you can do to sustain yourself. And I think we as a collective right now, we're helping spiritually. We're trying to educate on Mother Earth and what you can forage for, what you should or shouldn't, how you can do divination, like what you're doing, Magdalena. But you got, my goodness sakes, you go out on these platforms and you really help people. You enlighten them. You make them feel not only, feminine, but strong, like a strong feminine. And Emily Phillips just popped on here too. Hold on. It says tall plastic laundry baskets with the holes down the sides are amazing for growing a whole bunch of potatoes at once. Well, thank you, Miss Emily. I love that. Thank you for suggesting that. What a great idea. So there's so many cool things that we could be doing together. And when you talk, because you've got a YouTube channel and you've got Insta and everything. When you're on your channel, talk to me about some of the stuff that you guys talk about on your channel.
Well, you're catching me at a really fortuitous time. So I have my Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise podcast channel. I just closed the podcast, the audio version. I had over 400 episodes, and it was an amazing run, almost 2,000 subscribers. But I'm opening a new channel next week called Liberating Your Soul. So part of my spiritual awakening and gifts from my ancestors and working with Carl Jung and, remembering the witch and medicine woman I am is that I really love to help women, especially, be empowered to wake up and liberate their soul, remember who they truly are as witches, as healers, as sexual goddesses, sexual liberation. So anything that can help women go within to find the answers. So actually, Jodi is going to be one of my first guests on the new channel on May 28th, and I do mine live as well. So stay tuned to magdalenagrace.com. once I have that new channel up and running, I'll have that there for people to tap into. So
We'll
the
feed it
previous
on this one too. Yeah.
yeah, the previous one was more about health and wealth and relationship wisdom, and started out as entrepreneurship, but then switched over to spirituality. This next one is going to be more women's empowerment focus and helping you, because I don't have all the answers for you, only you do. So that kingdom of heaven really does live within. So everything from yoga, breath work, meditation, shadow work, sexuality, working with divine goddesses, divine mothers. If you can see on the visual behind me, I have the Valkyrie goddess, and then I have Kuan Yin. So I do bring in a lot of divine feminine wisdom. And then, of course, whatever topic that spirit taps me on the shoulder to share. I've talked about narcissists and empath and entities and demonic energy removals. And, we'll probably talk about spell casting. And so a little bit of everything to help you wake up.
I love that. I love that. And in fact, I think it's been two weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I don't know. The week I came home from Europe. So, it's been a blunder, let me tell you. I actually was doing a class. It was a woman's class. It was called Women, Menopause, and Sex. So,
Yeah.
So my girlfriend Jen and I had done that together. She's a nurse practitioner. I'm an RN. I've spoke about these subjects before in the past. And it's really liberating for women, especially at a certain age, because you've got women who are young, who are the maidens. You've got the women who are, in their upper 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s that are the mother. And then you've got, the women who are starting to transition into the crone age when you're hitting, that upper 40s into their 50s and into their 60s. And women who are hitting that crone age, so many of them suffer because they feel like they've lost an identity. It's like they don't feel sexy anymore. They don't feel like they want to be intimate with their partners, and they don't know really how to get over that hump. And a lot of it is hormones. And so we talked a lot about different teas you can do, different things you can do maybe in the bedroom to help yourself, and all health. It was health. This is not anything, uncomfortable. It's about the health. But, women go through so much, and it's like, you hear about the men going through the midlife crisis. It's like, honey, how many midlife crises do women have to go through? We start at age like 10, 12, and it goes until we die. It's like we're up, we're down, we're sideways. It's like a roller coaster. You don't know what's going to happen. And so I love helping women to define themselves and feel good about themselves and confident, and bring that goddess out from within, and really holding on to that and finding themselves again. And sometimes, they're in the middle of doing shadow work in the middle of it too. And, with that being said, and you're doing shadow work, you learn a lot more about yourself. You might bring up old wounds of stuff from when you were little. And that's where you got to go back as the adult. I can't tell you how many times in my shadow work, you guys, being Witch Jodi, I've had to go back and go and hug little Jodi when she was 5, 7, 10 years old, and just hug her and tell her, you are okay. You are going to make it through this. You become this phenomenal person, yada, yada, yada. And it really does help. It sounds like it would be really silly, but I'm telling you, if you do the steps, it makes a difference, and you awaken something within. And when that stirs, and you just recently had this happen, Magdalena, when you had your second, awakening, it's kind of like that aha moment. It's like, it's like the heavens open, the angels are singing. It's something else, because it's like you have a purpose. It's almost like, oh, I guess I do have a purpose. And this is the shift I'm going to. And you enjoy it. You get to know yourself, and you're doing your thing. And then you're so excited about it, you got to share it. So then you're trying to help others go through this so that they can experience the same beautiful thing that you've experienced. I mean, that's what, hey guys, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I've been doing for quite a few decades at this point, is getting out there and doing that. I love Emily. She's over here. I hate perimenopause. Girl, I understand that. Just look at all these women getting on here, and saying that. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of women following us on your show coming up on the 28th, correct?
Yeah. One thing I'll share, if I can chime in, part of what I learned for me, perimenopause is somewhat been a non-event. So please don't hate me, but it's because I've done so much self-love, self-care, yoni steaming, womb healing, really getting deep into those lower three chakras and letting go of the patriarchal bullshit that we all have been programmed with our ancestors, and really working with the matriarchs and breaking through and breaking free. So just putting that out there, yoni steam with herbs, witchy herbs that are very helpful and nourishing. It can help you bring sexy back a lot faster. I can't even begin to tell you just how that's helped me as well.
I love that. The edge comes back and says, you can repeat that again. Absolutely. And I love it. Your bottom three chakras, you guys, it is so important, especially for women, that we are focusing in on those chakras and giving those attention, because those three base ones, the root, the sacral, especially because when you get way down in there and you get to that sacral, that way down, right? Yes, you're talking about the sexuality and stuff, but when you're dealing with that in your root, that is your security. That is, so much of your home, your health, your heart, and I mean, not heart, home, health, and your strength. Yes, 100% that card focuses in on that. But, the heart are so, all those sacral, or I'm sorry, all those chakras are so important. But boy, I tell you what, if you don't go back and work with that root and that sacral one, especially before you hit the heart one, I'm telling you right now, you're not getting anywhere. You're just kind of grazing over the top, but you're not fixing the issue. It's like you're treating the symptoms, but not treating the cause. And you have
and I know you and I actually talked about maybe doing a workshop in July. That might actually be the topic.
Yes.
It covers so many bases, everything from sexuality to hormones to gut health. Gut brain is the number one brain, and a lot of times, the neurotransmitters and serotonin start there. So just throwing that out there, we can help you literally get your shit together.
I love that. I love that. Well, before we final up here, you guys, because, I could sit here with Magdalena all night. We have so much, fun together. I want to throw this out there really quick. If you guys follow me out on the socials, the TikTok, the, Instagram and Facebook, last call for the Salem retreat. So if you want to be a part of my Salem retreat, okay, you can email me at midwestwitchery@gmail.com. It's easy. midwestwitchery@gmail.com to get the information. But if you go down and I'll throw out tonight, just like the snippet, it's $3,300 to go. And it is from, through the 7th of August. So it is a Monday through a Friday. You stay at the Hawthorne Hotel, the Haunted Hawthorne. You go on a whole bunch of different tours and stuff. You get private shopping out there. This includes your airfare, your transfer to and from the hotel stay. The only thing you're paying for out there, your food and your souvenirs, guys. Other than that, everything is covered in that expense. And this is my 3rd year doing it. And I have a lot of wonderful things set up for you. And so if you are still interested in going, I only reserved 12 rooms. You get a private room. So reach out to me, because we only have a little bit more time before because I got to get that plane ticket. That's where we're pushing from, because let's face it, those prices are going up. And so we got to get that plane ticket organized. And I also have to let the Hawthorne know exactly how many rooms. So please reach out, email me if you're interested. I'll send you some more information, but we've got about a week to, solidify that and get that taken care of. Other than that, I just want to thank you again. Magdalena is going to be with us on June 12th. You can go to midwestwitcheryandhealing.com to book now. And when you hit book now, it says all readings. Click on that link and you're going to see the names coming down. And you'll see Magdalena toward the bottom, because there's only a few names there, and you can book for 15 minutes, a half hour, or a full hour. She will be with us. We are going to have a fabulous time. I'm really looking forward to it. And obviously you'll see us together here in a couple of weeks doing this again on your channel. So
yeah, it's going to be a great time. And I just want to mention, anybody who can't come on the 13th, and if you mention this show with Jodi, I'm happy to give you 50% off of a one-on-one reading. Just a reminder, today's reading was a collective general reading, so take the best, leave the rest. Just want to reiterate that. And so if you can't make it on the 13th, happy to give a discount and hope to see you there.
Look at that. Look at us women uplifting other women. This is what we're about, is taking care of one another. And it's not just for women. We are uplifting every human being that we can. So, all right, you guys, I hope you all have a fabulous evening. So goodbye from us. Magdalena and I, we're going to hang around for a little bit after the fact, but you guys have a great evening. Thank you so much, and blessings to you all.
Bye. Happy new moon.
Something new is unfolding at the Edge. The latest issue of Edge magazine is here, filled with voices that awaken your heart, expand your mind, and remind you that you're part of something much bigger. Explore conscious living, holistic wellness, energy healing, spirituality, and the art of awakening, all in one inspiring space. Awaken, discover, connect, and be curious. Print editions are now on the streets, and you can also read it online at edgemagazine.net. Welcome to the Edge. We have been waiting for you. You are right where you are supposed to be. Welcome home.